Welcome back to News Talk. If you're like most people, you've got fitness on your mind with the start of the new year. Most of us have some pretty lofty goals, and here to keep us on the right track is Washington, D.C. personal trainer Joseph Brandenburg, back with us for our Friday Focus on You segment. Welcome back, Joseph. Good to see you.
Good to be back.
Happy New Year, too.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, so a lot of us may have just been traveling, or we're planning on maybe a warm getaway for the cold winter months. That would be nice. But when you do travel, it's so easy to get derailed from your regular fitness routine. And you've got some tips for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Traveling, I think, is one of the single most disruptive things, period, when it comes to like your fitness and also for your nutrition as well. Both of those are really difficult. All the extra time you spend at the airport, being really stiff because you're sitting on a plane or in a meeting for forever. All of these things just really kind of add up and take you off your game.
And then you get to an unfamiliar place, and it may not have a gym,
right.
Or you don't know whether it's safe enough to go wandering out, jogging on your own somewhere. So that also plays a role too. Your routine gets disrupted.
Yeah, absolutely. And so today, like these three things here are really small, really lightweight pieces of equipment. So like number one is going to be like this lacrosse ball. So after you sat in a plane or sat in a meetings forever, you can use this to help loosen up all the things in your shoulders and all your hips.
Well, you brought some videos, haven't you? You got to show us how you use that ball. All right, let's show the one with self-massage using this little, what did you say it was, like a lacrosse ball? Lacrosse ball.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard.
It's pretty hard. When you're on the wall, it feels great though, especially if you have to sit next to somebody who takes up maybe a bit more than their share of the two seats.
So what are you doing here, Joseph?
So they're just working out like the tight muscles in your upper back and your shoulders that get really tight. And here from sitting, that's going to be really big for helping to make sure you don't have any like lower back pain later, because that sitting for long periods of time on the plane really tightens up your hips, and that's like getting a thumb or an elbow in there for a massage.
So you're not really using any equipment for that stretch there, just yourself.
No,
you're
just yourself.
Unresisted. And everybody can find a wall somewhere.
Everybody can find a wall somewhere. Any hotel.
Yeah. What's great about your items that you've brought here today on the desk, they're all really small and lightweight. You can easily pack them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So other than the massage, what's the next tip?
So the next tip is, you want to just make sure that you address everything still. You want to make sure that you take care of your mobility. You want to make sure that you take care of your strength training and your core training as well. Would you be able to roll the next video?
Yeah, so this will be stretching, right?
Yeah.
Do you use any of this equipment for stretching?
Actually, for the stretching, you really don't need anything. Maybe maybe need a pillow. So, I guess that's kind of like a little bit of fast forward to the strength training portion. So for that, all you need to use is the band here. You just anchor that to a door safely. You can do a lot of that with a belt, actually, with a door. You just want to make sure that, if you pull on it, it's not going to pop out. So this is something that you can do that will work with most of the muscles in your body all at the same time. And this is with the sliders here. These are really lightweight. These are really versatile, and they allow you to do a lot of exercises to really challenge your core and your lower body. And also keeps things safe, but also allows you to kind of increase intensity on exercise as well. So here, using the slides again for like the body saw, this is a great way to take your plank up to the next level.
I've also always wondered about these sliders. They don't have any straps to keep your feet on them. Don't your feet sort of slide right off of those things?
They're like, you're always going to have like some of your body weight on them, and they're like foam, so they're soft. So you kind of sink in a little bit.
So it sticks.
Yeah, it's got good grip.
Yeah, okay, good. And where can you buy all these things? I mean, are they readily available at a sports store?
They are probably readily available at any sporting goods store. You could probably also get everything on Amazon.com. A resistance band, some sliders. You could actually, so these are like the name brand ones. You could actually just get furniture movers. They work the same because they're literally just furniture movers. And
I have a resistance band, but it doesn't look like yours. Where do you get that one?
This one specifically is from Perform Better. I like this one better because
does that have a lot of resistance?
It has a lot of resistance, but also it's designed differently. So the ones that are the tubes, they're only a single layer. So if there's any kind of nick in that band, it's structural failure immediately afterwards. So this one is composed of like a bunch of like layer on layer on layer. So if like one of the outer layers broke or something like that, you've still got 20 or 30 other pieces underneath. So it's not like you start that tear, boom, that band is gone. So I like these because they're really safe.
Good value too. Yeah. Doesn't break. You're not buying so many.
Not buying so many, absolutely.
All right, so I want to get to some of your other videos. You've got another one on strength and core to show us. Let's roll that one right now and take a look. Coming? Maybe not. All right, well, we do have a cardiovascular to show us. So cardiovascular means getting your heart rate up.
Absolutely.
And, you know, how do you do that in a small space? The other ones you could do in your hotel room.
Absolutely.
What can you do in your hotel room that's cardiovascular?
So you can actually still do it. All you need is a piece of floor that is as tall as you are. So basically something sort of very simple. If you have room for a jump rope, you could bring a jump rope with you. You could do an imaginary jump rope. From gym class, you could do sort of high knees and butt kicks, and you can do those in place. And I would recommend something like maybe 20 seconds of work. And if you could do maybe 20 seconds of the first one and 20 seconds of the second one, and then rest for about as long as you work, you'll be able to get a really great workout in a couple of rounds. All
right, sounds good. Now, if you find yourself in an unfamiliar place, and you're a gym user, what you do is you usually go to a gym.
Right.
What do you do?
Like if you're in a weird hotel gym, or you're just in a weird
city? I guess what you should do is when you're booking a hotel, make sure you look for one that has a gym.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely something that I try to do. And one of the things that you run into is that there's no pictures or no real useful pictures, or hey, it just says gym, and you show up and all there is like a broken bicycle.
So true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little closet with a broken bicycle.
So, yeah, this is like just your plan B. It's like, hey,
right. So you always have that.
The gym could be nothing but a broken bicycle, and no matter what, you're going to be able to take care of yourself. But yeah, kind of if you go to a gym or you go to a hotel and it's got a decent gym, then you just want to try to continue and do sort of as much of what is normal for you at home as possible.
All right, let's talk about the other aspects to being fit and healthy, and one it always gets talked about is nutrition.
Right. You're
on the road, you don't have your fridge there, and how do you sort of navigate a hotel menu and stay, on the right track?
So navigating like a hotel menu can be really challenging because sort of there's often extra sauces or sort of extra bread on the side. I think the big thing is just not having like any shame of asking like, hey, what kind of sauce is on here? Or is there sauce on here, or hold the bread, or whatever it is, that sort of those are your weaknesses. Just, saying, hey, I'm not going to have this, I'm not going to have that.
Yeah, or I guess you could even ask to have something prepared without using butter and use olive oil or something instead like that might be more healthy, yeah.
And if you look at the menu and you kind of see, hey, they've got kind of this thing and they've got this vegetable or shrimp or whatever, you can very often ask them, hey, could you just make me this? Because you already know that they have the ingredients.
And then sleep. You could be in a different time zone and wake up in you're in an unfamiliar bed and you're off schedule. So, how do you stay on track with your sleep when you're traveling?
The sleep is probably one of the more challenging things. One thing when you're changing time zones is force yourself to get up on time the next day. Even if you had a horrible night and you weren't able to get to sleep the night before, forcing yourself to get up in the morning will make sure that you're tired enough that your body will actually go to bed on time.
Personal trainer Joseph Brandenburg, thanks for keeping us on track with our exercise routines in the new year, even when we're traveling. Good to see you. And we're back with a program note right after this.